Well, hey everybody, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, and I wanted to give you guys an update on the channel, the Bicycle Rider, and some of the things I'm doing personally as Bart Luther. So I appreciate you guys sticking around with me over the years for the ride. A lot of people are asking me about Biloxi Bicycle Works, the bike shop. For years, I had to disregard the YouTube channel because the bike shop took all my time and I was throwing out some videos here and there, but I never really was able to bring to the channel to the next level. I know a lot of you are interested in the bicycle industry and bike shops, and I have some inside information, not only from being an insider as owning a bicycle shop, but also insights of, now that I'm getting out of the bike shop, more how other bike shop owners and other bike shop employees are really aware of some of the problems, some of the challenges going on with the bicycle industry here. I'm in August of 2025, and as you guys know, I sold Biloxi Bicycle Works. In some of my videos, I say, I lost Biloxi Bicycle Works. I don't own a bike shop anymore. I'm searching for my soul beyond bike shop ownership. I'm searching for my soul beyond, retail in general, chasing the American dream, leaving your well-paying corporate job to start something that you think you wanted to do your whole life. And I always wanted to own a bike shop. So I learned a lot over the last 5 years as I went down that journey. Financially, it was destruction for me, and I'm still working on that part of it, and I'll talk more about that and the ramifications of that as things evolve. Right now, I'm still dealing with creditors and lawyers and bankers and business partners, and I'm not really. It's probably not the best idea for me to disclose all that later. But believe me, I'm an open book. I'm going to let everybody know what's going on as things evolve. But it's not a pretty picture. Short story, it's not a pretty picture for me financially. But I'm not going to call starting a bike shop in Biloxi, Mississippi, starting a bike shop in general, building a culture, the excitement of cycling, retail, helping people of all different levels, sharpening my skills as a bicycle mechanic on a day-to-day basis, So, there's a lot of successes to my story beyond a financial hurdle that I'm going through. So let me shine me in my world, the glass is usually half full. That's just kind of my personality. So let me shine a positive light on the bicycle industry. And I have to do that through the bicycle community, through cycling, through what I'm experiencing outside the shop. Cycling is alive and well. As I travel the globe, cycling is booming everywhere and changing lives. It's also changing cities. It's changing infrastructure. It's changing the way people get around. It's changing health and fitness. So there's so many positive things to cycling. But in short, let me say, hey, support your local bike shop. As I'm in France right now, and I'm getting ready to go on an epic journey that I'm going to take you guys with. And I plan on doing more with Bicycle Rider YouTube as far as documenting that journey for people. One, it's a journey of my own soul and how to keep the spark alive as far as for cycling. A lot of retailers that get into bicycling and open up a shop because of the passion and wanting to do something fun in your life to make a dollar, and then when that fails, they totally get out of cycling and have a bad taste in their mouth. They get burnout. Luckily I have a high capacity for burnout, and I'd like to do more on that too, how I've built that over the years, and I think a lot of that comes from competition. So there's so much to this video that I want to say, but let me focus a little bit on the Bicycle Rider YouTube. I am getting some new camera equipment, so I get a lot of people, comments, and I do appreciate all your comments. I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not a photographer. I don't have the, the skills. I haven't taken courses. So when you see my fingerprints and my fingers in videos, you know, trying to use the GoPro as I'm riding my bike at the same time and stuff, I don't know if I'll ever be able to fix that. But I am getting some new camera gear. I'm getting a new Osmo 5 camera. Osmo X5, so it's a 3D camera, and it should let me have better shots, and there's some video software stuff I need to learn, but it should up my game there. I'm actually shooting this video on an Osmo Pocket 2, a camera that I've had for a while that I don't understand real well, but I'm trying to learn that too. I've got a mic here, but I'm not always gonna, you know, my channel is not gonna be a polished video, you know, unless it ends up making some money and I can hire a digital creator to help me with this stuff, or, you know, get some volunteers to help me, or I learn myself. But right now I'm, you know, my brain's pretty full, so just trying to document this stuff and throw some video out at the same time. Like right now I should be packing my bags for this epic journey, but I wanted to make a video on some of the products that I'm going to be bringing with me and testing, which will, you know, I hope, you know, help the channel on me personally, and let you guys know that, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm not perfect. Everybody sees me in France riding my bike and happy. That's natural, but believe me, there's a lot behind the scenes that, you know, my feelings are hurt, my ego's hurt, a little bit lost. You know, I'm finding myself, but I definitely don't want to lose the passion for cycling. I don't think I can. You know, if I was going to lose it, it would have been gone. But maybe I can help people that are going through, you know, some hard times, maybe cure those hard times, or help benefit themselves with a, you know, positive fitness, positive attitude with cycling, you know. But I want to also dive into the adventure travel, like I'm getting ready to do now, coming into the unknown, seeing cultures, meeting new people. And of course, I want to do more on the bicycle industry and how it's different here in Europe than it is in America, the consumerism of it. And I'm getting ready to do some product testing, and you guys see, we'll see that I tried to, you know, support the local bike shops. I couldn't find everything I wanted, or sometimes the prices were more than I can afford right now. So I ended up having to go to more of a big box retailer, but it's different here in Europe. So I went to a place called Decathlon, and I bought some products from Decathlon. And I have noticed that it's different than maybe some of our big box retailers in the United States, as far as maybe Dick's Sporting Goods. And I'm not cutting down Dick's Sporting Goods or any of the brands I'm talking about. You know, I bought fishing equipment from Dick's, and you know, I have friends that work at Dick's Sporting Goods. But I've also seen, you know, the bicycle department in, you know, Gulfport, Mississippi, where, you know, they have a bicycle stand and no mechanic. I can't blame Dick's for that. As a bike shop owner that was working directly with the community, I had a hard time finding mechanics. So I get it, you know. The corporate environment and mechanics have got to be tough. And I want to talk to some corporate mechanics. I mean, you know, maybe some guys that work at REI, or, you know, some of these big sporting goods stores that are, you know, diving into the bicycle industry as well. And it hurts the local shops. So I did go by the local shop and bought, you know, a Trek checkpoint. That's actually, I didn't buy it. My riding partner bought it, and, you know, you'll see she's coming with me on this journey, and there's a lot I want to do with that, as far as the excitement of a new bike, getting someone into cycling, managing their training, and let them have fun with the journey, rather than, you know, shoving it down their throat and having them get burnt out on it. So the right equipment, the right attitudes as a veteran cyclist to share with a new cyclist, and maybe this will help other people, you know, get into the sport, or realizing it's not as intimidating as people say. Maybe try to buy the right gear when you're on a budget, not spend money on things you don't need. So there's a lot I want to do as far as this channel. So stick with me. Come with me on this journey. In Europe. I'm in a beautiful little spot in France that I've been at for a couple weeks, and that's how I have been able to mix with the local culture and go to some of the bike shops and the local rides. I'm also going to, you know, do some videos on the hiking, you know, outdoor lifestyle, or off-road running. I want to share a funny story about how I tried to run with these guys in France, and afterwards I could barely walk up and down the stairs. And it's not because I injured myself, it's because I used muscles that I hadn't used in a long time, and overdid it, you know. So there's a lot I'm learning personally that I'd like to share with you guys. And of course, the epic journey. So let me tell you real quick, I kind of mentioned that I am sad inside about losing the bike shop, that I am hurting financially from that, and dealing with after burnout and realizing how burnout affects the body, and healing my soul with some travel. And luckily I have I have some people that believe in me that have helped me get here to France and want me to go on this exploration and journey, and I want to bring my YouTube viewers with me, and maybe I can roll that into a coaching business, a coaching platform, a bicycle review platform, help clubs get recognized, show places in the world maybe that aren't known for cycling, that are good places, like Biloxi, Mississippi. If you Google Biloxi, Mississippi, you're not going to find it's a great cycling destination. As an insider to Biloxi, I know it is, and I know there's some insiders out there that could show me some cool places. I'm going to a country called Sardinia in a little bit, and I'm going to be doing a gravel, I call it a gravel race, but it's really more of a gravel fondo, a randonneur, and it's on the interior part of Sardinia, Italy, which I don't know anything about, but as I've heard from people in Europe, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And of course, I'm going to be going up and down the coast, doing some snorkeling, doing some boating, visiting cities, culture, food, just kind of showing what you can do when you travel. I am finding some really cool people and situations through cycling, through running, through outdoor activities. So I want to show that and how people can do it basically on a budget as well. So I'm going to cut this video off now because it's probably going a little bit longer than most YouTube videos should go for people to stay engaged. But just know there's going to be a lot coming for the channel, improvements with camera gear, some about me, some about bringing new cyclists into the sport, how health and fitness helps the brain, how not to overdo it and get burnt out. On retailers, maybe the difference between retail in Europe and the difference between retail in the United States, and how over-consumerism is tough. There's a lot of things, and I don't want to say one country is better than another, but just showcase the differences and really the similarities in stuff. So I'm going to do a little video right now on some of the products I bought. So this was actually a product I bought off of Amazon in the UK, or I should say in Europe. I try to support the local bike shops because I know that helps me, and when people buy a lot off Amazon. But I also get the other spectrum of it where I'm in a rush to get out of here, and Amazon can deliver it in 2 days, where going to the different bicycle shops takes some time. So, and I'm out of time. So I do want to do some reviews on that, be honest about it, but I did support the local bike shops as much as I could with a bike, with smaller gear. I went and bought Trek lights and stuff from the local bike shop. I bought a Toe Peak bag to put on my bike. I'm going to use, of course, you guys know I've got my Specialized Diverge with me, an all roads bike, so I've been doing some road riding on it. I'm getting ready to switch it over to more gravel, and also some commuting. So as I'm traveling, I'm going to be staying at some different villages, and I'm going to need a way around because I don't want to drive the little car everywhere. So I'm going to be using it to take the beach blankets down to the beach and go swimming and go snorkeling. I'm going to use it to go to the restaurants, and I'm going to also use it to go to this big gravel event in Sardinia. Gravel Dono, and I might be pronouncing it wrong. I'm just starting to get to know the coordinators for that event. I'm going to document that event. And I'm also going to document some stuff. So like I said, there's a company, a retail company, more of a big box store here in Europe. That's, it's different than maybe going to Academy Sports in the United States. And once again, Academy Sports, I know they donated a lot of bikes to the local bicycle club for Christmas and stuff. So, but as a bike shop owner, I know that you didn't get the best quality stuff out of Academy Sports, and you definitely don't have a bicycle mechanic there that's helping you with stuff. So I think that the store I went to, Decathlon, they actually sponsored a pro tour team in the Tour de France this year. some of the bikes that I saw on some of the group rides, this Van Rysel, are really good bikes. We almost bought a Van Rysel bike because it was for the same price as this aluminum Checkpoint. It was a carbon fiber bike with GRX. I do know this bike, and I wanted my riding partner to have a bike that was sturdy, that could do things that I had history with. So there's no buyer's regret from buying this Trek from a local bike shop, rather than an aluminum Trek, rather than buying maybe a better spec'd carbon version of a gravel bike from Van Rysel. I wanted the reliability. I know what this bike can do. It was a cute color, and it's gonna work awesome. So no regret there. But I'm gonna do some video reviews on some of the products that I did buy from Decathlon, and I think they've got a partner program. So hopefully they'll look at some of my YouTube videos and I don't know, help the channel. So, more on the Van Rysel stuff and my journey over the last couple of weeks to buy a bunch of stuff for my trip, and that I'm getting ready to pack for right now. So I'm going to put these video cameras down in a few minutes and then start getting packed up for this trip, and I want to take you guys with me. So a lot going on with me personally, Bart the Bicycle Rider. I do have some new business cards I want to show off. So I started a TikTok channel. I haven't put anything on it yet. Instagram. I do now have a Bicycle Rider YouTube Facebook page that I started. I think I have 1 or 2 people that have noticed it so far. So it's easy for me to throw shorts and stuff out like that, maybe teasers to the videos. Then when I have time, I'm going to work on editing videos and getting better at that. I've been trying to find an AI editor, artificial intelligence, and I can't. Either I don't know how to use the platforms right, or they're made for more short form videos. So I'm going to do my best at trying to get everything done, and also have a personal life, you know. So more on the Van Rysel stuff, more on my story, more on the adventure. Stick around with Bicycle Rider YouTube. Let's see what happens. I do appreciate you, the viewers' support. The more you like and subscribe, hit the bell icon. There's an algorithm that YouTube uses, and it helps share my story, share my videos. So please like and subscribe, support, and I'm going to see if I can grow this channel and maybe make enough to support myself a little bit. And I'll find ways to make a living outside the bike shop, and I think there's a lot of opportunity to do that. But it's going to take a community to help me do that. So thanks for sticking around. Raw, real. You can see it. I mean, I didn't even comb my hair this morning, but I wanted to get this video out so I can get packed up. So Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube. If you like what I do, stick around, and let's take this journey together. Thank you all.